broadcasting from beautiful River Plate, South America. Um, this was quite an impromptu live. I don't usually do lives because they are a pain in the ass and because I don't have the proper equipment to do so. But because today marks the official end of the Nikki Bulley story. I mean, they have literally murdered her memory, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, of course, and also based. What I'm about to talk about is based on the facts. I have seen, read all the updates on both days of the Nikki Bulley inquest, and the the total sum, the verdict is a sham, in my opinion. It's a disgrace. It's incredibly blind to certain facts, and this is live. Is like I say, it's impromptu because I felt that I needed to share with you people, with the people who have been following this case or this play, the Nicola Bulley case. I just feel like it's like it's like when somebody's lying to your face, but you can't say anything because they are your boss, or you are in a uncomfortable position, so you can't do anything about it, even though they are lying to you. You can't do anything. In this instance, the only thing I can do and we can do is just post our opinion. Okay, so give me a second. I'm going to put the streaming to see if I can see if anyone is there. I mean, is there anybody out there? I don't know. Okay, I know now it's like 3:21. Is here in South America is 3:21 p.m. So I'm assuming 3, 4, 5, 6, 7:22 p.m. there in the UK, in Europe, whatever. And also hello to my Aussie friends and family there in Australia. You're greatly appreciated, and now it will be, maybe you are like 14 hours away from here, so it's like, yeah, I mean, you'll be right there too. Well, no, it would be like early in the morning, so maybe we'll catch this one later. So hello to everyone. This is just like a stream just made just to comment the Nikki Bulley outcome, okay, today in Preston, UK. Okay, so this guy, the coroner, is this guy. Sorry, let me see. Oh dear, where is he? He's somewhere here, and he's like an actor here. He participated. I haven't seen. I think I saw one or two episodes of this series, because I know there are many series that deal with the dead and with the postmortems and the forensic side of things. And I think this is the program that I've seen in the past, because I'm a big lover of true crime. But this guy, look at him. This is the guy that conducted the Nikki Bulley inquest. Okay, James Adley, Nicola Bulley inquest, because I need to grab something from the web. So coroner Dr. James Adley said one purpose of the inquest process was to allay rumor and suspicion. So to allay, that is to disperse, I think, is to what the fuck? No, allay, to subdue or reduce. Exactly, to subdue or reduce in intensity or severity. Alleviate. What the fuck? And I'm sorry about my language, but this is gritty astro. I am gritty, and today I feel like I need to really share with you. Whoever you are listening to me right now or later, it's fine. I just wanted to say, I mean, this guy, this Dr. Adley, James Adley, he's the one, the coroner, who conducted the Nikki Bulley. Let me see. Let me open my own live to see if I'm okay. Let me see. Yeah, I'm fine. So, hi, Unity calling. Hello. You know, this is my second live, so you know, I don't expect to have like anyone like watching this, but I see in the chat Unity calling. Hello, Unity. Unity, I don't know him, heard them in person, but they have been like really good, great communication in the past regarding the Nikki Bulley case. You know, hello there. There is two of us here, me and a friend. Okay, that's great. Okay, so two of us. Let me just, yeah. So, I just wanted to, like I said, you know, I really felt from my heart that I needed to make a live or do a live, I don't know, about this crazy inquest outcome by this guy, actor, or excuse me, coroner, James Adley. Okay. Yeah, there. Okay. I'm trying to see if I can watch myself. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So this guy is the coroner. I mean, another actor, for fuck's sake. I mean, and I really don't mean to be like, you know, like gross or just like a shit person. It's not my intention, but frankly, I am appalled and quite angry in my heart because of this inquest's outcome. And it's not because I wanted the coroner to say, oh, she was murdered. No, I didn't expect that because, you know, I didn't actually, you know, I mean, if the police didn't do their jobs properly, I mean, you cannot expect the coroner in an inquest to do the same, you know. But I thought, you know, with all the details that we have been seeing, gleaning through these months, these 5 months, okay, I would think that he would set open verdict. That's what I would think, like, instantly. I mean, I thought that at least he would give the open verdict outcome. I don't know if that's the proper word, but like an open, okay, we don't know what happened to her. Because how can he know for sure, for certain, that Nikki had an accident? How? I mean, what the fuck? It could go either way then, because, I mean, either it was an accident, then, I mean, I could say it was suicide, because it's the same, I mean, amount of bullshit. And accident, really, I mean, how are they so sure about this? Is what I don't get. Well, I do get it, because now that I see this guy is an actor, like, I mean, I don't mean that, okay, he may not be a Hollywood actor. I know he's a doctor, a coroner, but he also likes the cameras. And hello, who else likes the cameras in this terrible case? You know, who? Let that sink in you, who also used to love the cameras in the Nikki Bully saga. Yeah, PA, all her supposedly friends, yeah, her supposedly loving relative, blood relative, and I don't want to name names because I know that at this point the inquest outcome is still very fresh in people's minds, and I'm sure that people who actually have been following, like myself, this case since the beginning, you know how it is, we know who is who, okay? We know the names, we know who loves the cameras, we know all the bullshit. I mean, we have seen all the videos, all the footage, all the discoveries, all the contradicting information, all the huge, massive red flags. And let's not discount the red flags that I saw, that I read in this inquest, starting that, okay, first of all, they said that Nikki didn't have alcohol in her body apart from the normal alcohol caused by bacteria, but apparently, and it's not apparently, he released, PA released, remember when he released her personal info through the police, like slandering her, before they had found her, like she was this alcoholic menopausal wreck, and then he said she was fine. I mean, like everything was normal, everything was great. Her parents said everything was great, she was in great spirits. And but he's like a contradiction. I mean, this case is, like I said, from the beginning, this case is a walking contradiction. It's ambiguous, so ambiguous that it's like I cannot trust anything from anyone in this case, okay? So yeah, I mean, is anybody... So, no alcohol. I mean, she wasn't drinking, which we knew it was all bullshit, that she was an alcoholic, and she had beta blockers in her system, and that indicates that she suffered either from anxiety or high blood pressure. And somebody said that they took them for what was it, like, schizophrenia. I mean, come on. But she had beta blockers. I mean, why? I want to know, why did she have that on her body, the beta blockers? And it's interesting that they could... I mean, I'm not no scientific, okay, but it's interesting how they could get that from the body, like, 23 days later. It's interesting. There were also paracetamol, which is taken for just normal pain, like headache. So I'm guessing she suffered from headaches, which was said, during the case, of Nikki Bulley. It was said that she suffered from terrible headaches, migraines, because of the hormonal replacement therapy. And when they slandered her, they said that she had problems with alcohol, that she was hormonal, like she was menopausal, like implying that if you are you have the menopause or the pre-menopause, you are crazy and dangerous and a danger to yourself and maybe other people, which is utter bullshit. Yes, I get that she may feel, and she probably did feel, from migraines because of that shit she was taking, the the hormones, which really wreck your body, actually, I mean, they said that she had given up the meds, the HRT pills, which are basically hormone pills, okay, like estrogen pills for when you are in menopause, so you don't feel the effects of the sudden drop of that hormone, estrogen. Okay, so I can understand that she had heavy, like bad headaches, but they said that, something that really caught my attention is, like, they said Nikki, like, this is when they were slandering her, and publishing her private information. They said that she had given up the hello princess tippy toes, hi, yes, what a shambles, totally. I don't know how I mean, maybe I just saw your thingy, your chat. I hope you listen to me, because I mean, I'm in South America, so hello Unity, it's a mess and nothing we say will change it. Yes, exactly. I mean, hello everyone, I'm glad to have you here, Unity and Princess Tippy Toes. Oh God. What the fuck? Sorry. So I was thinking, I'm thinking, I'm thinking out loud. Okay, I'm just wondering aloud because I'm so angry at this outcome. I mean, I'm really angry, but from the heart. It's like my heart is bleeding literally for Nicola. I mean, and I know you may think, oh, why are you so invested in this? I mean, why are you so, like, touchy feely about this? You know why? It's not because I'm touchy feely. It's because I have followed this case, like many thousands of people all around the world have followed this case. Day to day, development to development, word to word. News to news, and we know everything about this case. And knowing what we know is a sham. We can conclude that this is a sham, okay? Like we had concluded before, and we knew that something like this was going to happen, but, we were very invested in this case. I was, at least, because I felt very close to Nikki, because she's a woman, she's a mom, she was a good mommy, a good person. She was, like, I believe she was beautiful inside and out, and she was, like, my generation. So I can she I mean, I'm a mother too. I could relate to Nikki. That is why, for me personally, it's not some just random case. I do not follow cases, not usually. This is the Nikki Bulley case is the first case I have actually followed. I never follow any other case like this one, because, I felt like I was her. I felt like I am Nikki. Okay, she's just another person my age, with children, trying to live our life, and yes, struggling with the perimenopause, like we all women at this age are. And the symptoms they can be different from woman to woman, but, they can be, like, extreme. I have read, I have studied this a lot to inform myself, okay? And I understand that for some women it can be like, an inferno, like a hell. And when they were slandering her, Nikki, when those people were slandering her, like, putting all her personal, intimate info for, the public to see, basically calling her a drunk, like just like a person who was untethered, who was, losing the plot. I mean, that was what was said about her by her partner and then by the police because he relayed that info to the police. And I think the family, said those things too. And I think that that family was her blood relation, LC. And I'm not going to name fucking names because this is fresh and it's really hurtful for everyone, for the family, I get it, but for us too, for the people who were trying to find justice for her. If not, I wasn't expecting, of course. I mean, it would have had been a miracle if the coroner said, okay, here there's something like really wrong here. I'm going to, ask for further investigation. Of course, he wouldn't do that because, he's from Lancashire. I mean, no offense to the Lancashire people, but from since day one, I have seen that this parish, this council, whatever you call it, I'm sorry, I'm not British. This county, Lancashire, has a lot left to desire. It's really, really bad. And criminally, the police are useless. They arrest people just, for filming locations, for filming like nature or whatever. They don't allow you freedom of speech. And if you get too close to the truth, they arrest you. Yeah. So I'm not going to name names because, I don't want to be a bitch. Because this is fresh and I get it. And also because I'm just so angry that if I uttered any of those names right now, I will go ballistic on them. So I'm not going to do that, okay? Maybe, you know, someday, in another podcast, I will. But this is like raw. This is gritty. This is the grit for me. This guy, is a sham. This corner. I'm sorry, but that's what I think. He's an actor, and I'm going to see the comments a little bit because hello. Okay, so Unity and Princess Tippy Toes. He didn't answer all for full. Sorry. Princess Tippy Toes, she says, he didn't answer. No, I'm going to start from the beginning. Hello, what a shambles. Yes. We can try writing to Parliament. Well, I don't know about that because I'm not in the UK. But all I know from what I have seen during my life up to now, from what I have experienced in my life, all I can say is the only way to get something is to get loads and loads of people to do something. Yeah. It's like, for example, I live in South America, so it's, culturally really different from you guys in the UK. But at the same time, we have also lots of similarities, but and things in common. But culturally here, for example, you don't have in your country, you don't have strikes, like workers strikes. Here we do. For example, today there was no school because of a strike of teachers. Okay, because and I know I'm waffling right now, but I do waffle, so it's my channel, it's my party, and I waffle if I want to. So bear with me. I always come back to the center of the matter, okay? But for example, here in my country, like a few days ago, it was the 50th anniversary, 50 years since really brutal dictatorship took over the country. In this country, I mean, there were dictatorships all over South America. Maybe you don't know about that, but it happened. There was torture. There were kidnappings, they kidnap babies. They torture women, pregnant women, men, students. They didn't give a fuck, okay? And it was brutal. So a few days ago was the 50th anniversary of the dictatorship here in this country. So, for example, there were a series to commemorate that and to say never more. Never more to that, people like the workers' unions, what they do is they strike. They make strikes, okay? So, for example, today there was a huge strike a few days ago commemorating the 50th anniversary. Like, it's like a way of saying no more. I mean, it's like a way of saying we still remember what happened, okay? And we are not ever, ever going to let that happen ever again. Can you see the correlation to Nikki? So if Princess Tippy Toes writing to Parliament, if you could do it, I mean, if enough people in the UK, and I mean, I would do it if I can. If there is a way to do it, count me in. You know, I mean, I believe that if enough people get together for a cause, something can be achieved, unless there is nothing to be achieved, of course. But I mean, yes, I mean, it would be great if you could write to the parliament, to the GP, no, not GP, sorry, PM, Prime Minister, yeah. I mean, that would be great. I mean, you're within your rights to do it. I mean, I know here the power of a strike, of a workers' strike. You paralyze everything. The government can't do nothing about it. Well, in the past, what they would do, it would be they would send the paramilitaries and the military police, and they would like absolutely will be, as P would say, will be carnage. It will be like a right proper confrontation between the people protesting and the police. Yeah. But now they can't do that, because if they do that here, it would be like they would be in deep shit because of what happened 50 years ago here, okay? But so now the police, even though they really would love that to like beat people apart, beat people to pieces or whatever, beat people to a pulp. And I'm not some like lefty or anything. I'm just say as I see it. I know that police are corrupt. They can be corrupt by nature because power corrupts, okay? And in this case, in Nikki Bulley's case, I mean, it's obvious. So, I mean, yes, I mean, if enough people can prepare something and write to the PM, yes, of course. Somebody says, Unity, I have been a critical thinker for a long time, 40 years. Take it from me, nothing will happen. Yeah, no, I mean, I get it. That's why I'm so angry, because it's not only a sham, it's just, it's like so shameless, the corruption that I mean, I'm astounded, I'm astounded because I can't believe that level of corruption has reached a place like England, that, I have been there to England, to the UK. I know it. So, it used to be like really proper, like more civilized. But now it's like, it's so corrupt, so horrible, that it reminds me of the worst corruption that goes on here in South America. I mean, the myths of Latin America, the narcos, all that, corrupting the police and the politicians, so I know what I'm talking about, but I can't, I will never have, I will never have said, this is going to happen in the UK, this level of corruption. So, yeah, nothing will happen. I mean, of course not. Because when you have a corrupt government, police, council, coroner, of course, I mean, you cannot do much, can you? Unless you make a lot of noise, but you have to be intelligent. I mean, you have to really, first, you really need to want, you really need to want to do it, and you have to have a plan, okay, for it to work. So, I don't know. So, hello, He says, Princess Tippy-Toe says, he didn't answer all 4 questions a coroner is required by law to answer. And if they think for 1 minute this is going to go away, they are sadly mistaken. Well, I mean, I'm not sure. I don't know what is going to happen, but that is why I wanted to do this live, because it may go away unless we keep digging, okay? We keep exposing the evil that has taken this, like, city, this Lancashire. I mean, and not because I don't give a fuck about Lancashire police. It's because of Nikki, because I really feel for her, because in a way I see myself in her, because, like I said, we were roughly the same age, mothers, trying to make the most out of our lives, wanted to live our best lives, just, and suddenly this happens, and nobody gives a fuck about you. I mean, the people who should give a fuck about you do not give a fuck about you. So that's terrible. And that is why I feel like so sad and angry, with this outcome. So, and she says, Princess Tippy-Toe says, I know loads of people who are up in arms, most of the world, to be frank. Yeah, we are. Yeah, and I mean, in fucking South America, it's like I'm thousands of miles away. There's people in Australia that have written me, and from Canada, from South America, of course, Europe, like people from all over the world have picked up on this case, because there's something about this case that resonates with many, many, many people. And when that happens, you have to, pay attention. Unless, of course, this was all like they say, a psyop, which I don't know yet. I mean, I have said that there are elements of the psyop, because, like I said, from the start, this is like a play, like a Shakespeare play. You have all the characters, all the scenes, like, end scene, it's like everything. You have the drama, the twists and turns. Yeah, you have everything, and it's terrible. But I still don't think that it is psyop. I think that Nikki was a real person, and I really feel it in my heart. And, that doesn't mean that the corrupt won't take this case in order to further an agenda, of course, obviously. I mean, this case is going to be great for them to further, like, agendas, whatever they are, okay? So, hello. It says, most of the world will speak. I hope so. Most of the world will speak. We need to keep speaking, like bugging them, unless something tells us, okay, let's stop, okay? It's not about being, like, brutish, like, it's not about being, it's not about being reckless. It's not about, like, let's get on the street and, like, crush everything, motherfucker. It's not about that. It's about not accepting an obviously unjust verdict, an stupid verdict. I mean, oh dear. So here you write to your MP in that case, yes. We all need to make note of this question, because we know we will get a retrial. I think, yeah, was she pushed? Yes. And Unity says, I didn't believe that our country would be wearing masks, but they did. Oh my God. Well, yeah, the masks. And Princess says, I'm a witch, and boy, is my broomstick ready. You're sweet. Well, I'm kind of a witch too, but, witch is just a word. It's just a way of describing someone that has, like, another senses, or some sixth sense. I mean, like that special ability, as like GR would say, like it's not a gift. Well, it is a gift. Yeah, it is a fucking gift, and that's what I believe, because we all have different gifts. I mean, why cannot some of us have the witchy gift? Well, I certainly do have it, and you, Princess Tippy Toes, yay! You're a little witch too. I'm glad. Yes, and we witches, so to speak, because, like I said, for me, witch is just a word. For magical, for another, having a special gift. Yeah, I mean, it's like the sixth sense, like the intuition is off the roof. It's like from day one, actually. I mean, it's not just because of this like stupid inquest. It's because from day one, it really like curdled my blood. It just, it was something like really made like alarm bells like rang in my brain from day one, and it just hasn't ended. It gets worse. I mean, with this inquest, it just gets worse. We didn't get any alleyways like this guy say, this James Adderley, the actor, the coroner/actor. He said, the purpose of the inquest process was to allay rumor and suspicion, not really. And allay is to reduce or subdue in intensity or severity, alleviate. Really, what? For whom? Like for whom? For whom? Not the public, not me. I mean, it hasn't alleviated me. Actually, it has done the opposite. It has risen my red flags even more. Because this for me was a bought, like a rigged verdict, okay? And the family and PA with his big tough lawyer, which by the way, their/his lawyer, the family's lawyer, is a big, like a, how they say, like a big gun or whatever, like a top guy. He was one of the lawyers who were involved in the Manchester terrorist attack. So he's like a big lawyer, okay? And so of course, the lawyer, which by the way, he had a team with the family, okay? And one of the lawyers, a woman, she said she begged, like she was pushing, they were pushing the coroner for the accidental death verdict. They pushed the coroner. That's what I think, that's what I saw, okay? That's what I read. It's a curse also. What is it, a curse, Princess Tippy Toes? Unity says, I believe in wishing things into your life. Willow is a very magical tree, yes. Willow, well, I mean, if we get into the esoteric parts of this case, it's like, whoa. I mean, it's huge. The universe of like symbolism, occult symbolism, synchronicities. It's too big, and I have talked about it in other podcasts. But yeah, and I have lots of material yet to broadcast about Nikki, but I couldn't because I didn't feel that I would do it justice, because there is a certain material that I have regarding Nikki Bulley. It's like I wouldn't do it justice, this way. So, I just have it there in the back burner. Someday, if I get the proper equipment, I will do it, I promise. But for now, I just can't do this, speak into a microphone, that's it, and show you a picture, okay? So let's see. So, it's a curse because you can cast a spell without making thinking about it. Well, yeah, I mean that's true. Yeah, I mean we could be hours also talking about that, about casting spells or whatever. But I don't want to start something like JR. But yeah, I mean the mind is very powerful. Yeah, but anyway, Nikki didn't get justice. What I mean, they got, they were allayed, they were alleviated, as per the words of this coroner slash actor James Adley. Yes, it was alleviating, but not for me, not for the people who were following this case. It was alleviating for the characters involved in whatever happened to Nikki, okay? I believed, personally, after reading all the evidence from the inquest, I think that she was either pushed by somebody. Remember, there was a man in black. They didn't say anything else about that. Why the fuck? They didn't explain more about him. They just read out the witness statement that the guy, the man who saw the man in black. What the fuck is that about? Okay, there was a shifty, like, red flaggy guy the day Nikki disappears. Really? I mean, of all the days he could have been there, it's just on the 27th of January, in that morning where Nikki was there, and this guy just which said that saw her, Nikki, and then he saw this guy. I mean, really, what are the chances? And this guy, he said he looked right shifty. He looked properly, like, how do you say, like, shady. And he was there, like, standing, like, waiting. He said, the old man said, like, I thought that he was, like, waiting for a lift. Like, okay, waiting for a lift. Maybe because, when we see something, the first thing that comes to our heads is our first instinct. And sometimes it's bullshit, and sometimes there's something to it, okay? But this old man who saw this Nikki that morning and the guy in black, he said that he thought that the guy in black was waiting for a lift. I mean, why would he be standing there? Someone he didn't recognize because he was all in black. Why would that person be waiting for a lift there? I mean, what? It was right by allotment lane, so maybe, but I mean, it's just weird. Of all the days, there was this shifty guy, all in black, with a beanie like hat, all in black, 6'1". Hello, and oh no, it was disregarded by this guy, the coroner, this actor. Here you have him, actor. It was disregarded. I mean, how do you disregard something like that? How do you? I mean, how do you? Of all the days in the world, that day, the day Nikki disappears from the face of the earth, there is a man all dressed in black, so acting shifty, like standing there, like waiting for something. Was he waiting to pounce on Nikki? Why is that not a possibility for the coroner? Was that guy waiting for her? For everybody to clear off, was he waiting for everything to clear off so he could go and attack Nikki? I.e., push her into the river or abduct her, do something to her, because I mean, there was that guy and there was a scream two different witnesses, two women, two women. And I know, always trust a woman's instinct, always. Well, not always, but two women, because women, we women, we are always very attuned to people screaming, because especially if we are mothers, we have a special instinct to look out for our children. So when we hear a scream, it's like, whoops, what's going on there? It's like a mama lioness, It's like my ears go up and I say, what's that? Who is screaming? Is that a child? What the hell happened? Because we are attuned, because we need to protect our children. So the fact that those two witnesses are women, it really speaks, it really, it speaks home to me. It's about instinct, it's about intuition. And this is a very feminine case, in that it's like all this femininity has been subdued, has been taken away. But these women heard a scream. I mean, how the fuck, how the coroner disregarded that evidence, actual evidence from witnesses. One of them, I don't remember if it was the nurse, the first, when she was in allotment lane, because she lives there, and she was with her dogs in the backyard of her garden, and suddenly she heard a scream, and it's like the first thing that she thought. This is very interesting, because always pay attention to a woman's instinct, first instinct, okay? You should pay attention to your own instincts, okay? Always do. This woman, the first thing that came to her head when she heard that chilling scream in the middle of the morning on a random day, where it was a Friday, she thought that that a female had jumped onto another female. What the fuck? I mean, why would she think that? Why? Why did that scream suggest that to her? It's like, and for me, it was such a red flag, because it is exactly, I think someone pounced on her, someone startled her or attacked her, either pushed her or subdued her, and abducted her. But those screams. And then, the other woman said that the first thing this other woman heard the screams from more near the church. And it's interesting, isn't it? Because you gotta remember, this is like a early morning in the middle of winter, so there wouldn't be any much noise. So the screams, the noises would move. The sound would move more easily, because there's no one there. I mean, and you would hear the echo of the screams, of the sounds in a cold winter morning, right? This other woman said, the other witness said, that she thought that it was like someone was having fun in the back of the graveyard. I mean, what? Those kind of little details really grab my attention. It's the little details that really raise my attention, because okay, so someone is having fun at the graveyard, at the back of the graveyard, having fun, and but she thought that it didn't sound like that, like fun. But she mentioned the graveyard, so she associated the scream with someone dead. Okay, that's interesting to me. So let's see. Yeah, okay. Hello everyone. I know 7 watching. Hello. Yeah, I mean, this has started 48 minutes ago, and this guy, it's an absolute actor. And Nikki, I don't believe for a second that she had an accident. That's stupid. That's ridiculous. is ridiculous. I mean, really, an accident, and nobody saw her. Nobody saw her, even if she was pushed there. Which, by the way, Penny, I'm sorry, scratch that. PF, the female PF. Oh God, she found the dog. It says, I mean, because also the times change. It depends on the newspaper you are reading from, but roughly, PF found Willow and the phone at 9:30. But the coroner says, or the Fitbit expert says that, sorry, I mean, it's so horrible. The Fitbit expert, the digital expert that was a witness in the inquest, he said, or she said, I don't know, that it had stopped recording footsteps at 9:30. And wasn't it at 9:30 that Penny found Willow? I mean, what? I mean, excuse me? So, Nikki stops walking, i.e., she is either jumps in, has an accident and falls in the river, somebody pushes her, or she is abducted, okay? Or she takes off, whatever. How is it possible that PF didn't see anything? He just found the phone in Willow. So if Nikki had been fallen on the river, just literally like a couple minutes, seconds before PF arrived and found all that ruckus, why didn't she see Nikki? Why didn't she hear anything? I mean, she's like a seasoned woman of the country. I see her and she's like a seasoned country woman, okay? She's tough. She operates a flipping tractor, for God's sake. So, I mean, she knows. I know that some people who work in the countryside with animals, with tractors, whatever, they have a very keen instinct for danger because you're in the middle of fucking nowhere. So why did she, PF, didn't, when she saw Willow and the phone, right at 9:30, around that, when the Fitbit stopped counting flipping steps, what happened there? Why didn't PF see anything or heard anything? Like, nothing to see, nothing to hear, hear. I mean, it's worse. They make it worse. I mean, alleviate? I'm sorry, I'm not alleviated. This is terrible. This is a terrible, miscarriage of the truth, How is it possible that she, PF, didn't see or hear anything when there are two witnesses who heard screams, thought of people chomping on people, thought of graveyards, when another witness saw a man in black acting shady, shifty, in the middle of fucking nowhere in the morning, just standing there? I mean, what? And that guy, by the way, the man in black, never ever came to report himself to the police as he should have. So who the fuck was that guy? Right? Who the fuck was that guy, the man in black, who never reported his presence to the police? Right? I mean, what is that? Where is it? Look at this guy. James Adley, HM Senior Coroner for Lancashire and Blackburn with Darwin. And look, yeah. Cause of death. Oh yes, cause of death. Yeah, I mean, the cause of death is drowning, officially drowning. So, what happened there, right? What do you guys think? What happened there? She drowned. Okay, but how did PF didn't see or hear anything if Nicola stopped walking at 9 9:30. How is that possible, right? And where's the evidence that it was an accident? I don't see it. Do you? This should have been an open verdict. But because it wasn't, because it was, and you know, what Paul said, sorry, what P said, that she was struggling, that's another huge red flag. Oh God, sorry. What PA said, when he arrived at the scene where Willow and the phone was found, he said to Anne-Marie Fletcher, sorry, no names, he said she was struggling about Nikki. That's what he said. That's what he said. It reminded me of The Office. Oh my God. She was struggling. Why would you say that to basically a person you don't know? Because I'm assuming that he didn't know Anne Marie. But again, you know, I bet they did know each other. But you know, that's just speculation. Why did he say that? Someone who didn't. I mean, why would he say the first thing he said that it was that Nikki was struggling? I mean, your missus is literally banished. You know, she has, you know, vanished into thin air, and you said she was struggling, meaning that she had problems, mental problems, alcohol problems. So that was his first response as to why Nikki had disappeared. She was struggling, but then he said in the interview that everything was fine, that she was, you know, tip-top condition. That's what he said in the infamous interview. Channel 5, is it? I'm sorry. And the family said that she was fine, that she was perfect, everything was so beautiful, idyllic, I don't know. And then the first thing he utters upon descending on, you know, on the side, on the river wire, you know, he says she's struggling. What? That's a huge red flag right there, right from the horse's mouth. But of course, it seems like he's untouchable, and you have to ask yourself, why is that bunch of people untouchable? Well, you have the actors slash corners, you have the BBC connection, you have the freight company connection, you have the entertainment business connection, yeah, the BBC connection. So yeah, this is terrible, and I feel so bad for Nikki. I really do. I really do. And you know, this was just a way of, you know, sharing with you guys how upset I am with that inquest outcome, and it's really scary when people just, you know, when police just and the people also involved in that just want to shut down justice and the truth, actually. So you have the screams, you have the men in black. Just out of all the days in history, on that day you have that guy, you have BF arriving there at 9:30, around that time, very near that time, which is exactly when the Fitbit stopped recording footsteps. Also, they said that at one point before 9:30, the heart rate increased very much. So they assume that that's when she fell. But how can the, how can they be so sure? Because the heart rate could go up because of a stressful situation, like an encounter, a confrontation that ended badly. You cannot say for sure that she had an accident, okay? And you cannot say for sure that she fell in that place, can you? But, they just did. So I'm going to see a little bit, see if there are any new comments. Okay. Uh, the man who said about the men in black, they didn't say his job, yet the other witness, they said all of them had professional jobs. They made a mistake by making this stick out like, yeah, the fact that the witness of the men in black didn't appear. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because it makes sense if this case is so shady. I mean, and there's a witness who said he saw a guy in black, and he actually reported it early on to the police, and nobody gave a fuck. So I don't think it's fake. The family have lost Nicola and probably wanted that verdict to stop the hassle. Yeah, probably, yeah. Uh, Probably. But the fact that their top-notch lawyer, they hired like this big, huge lawyer, and you can read in the whatever updates of the inquest that because of the wording, it's like they were pushing the coroner to make the decision of accidental death. I don't know, it's just very weird to me. I'm sorry, but that's how I feel. And yes, on the 10th of January thingy, what? That's a big one. I mean, really? Her sister called the police on her. Why? Why? What was her sister doing there? I wonder. Because we all thought that it was P who called the police, but it was her sister. What was her sister doing there? You know? And why did she call the police on her own sister? And the police said in the inquest that there really was no cause for concern. I don't know that they said. I don't think they said everything, of course. I'm just going on by what I have read on the updates. But the police that went on the 10th, they said that her sister called them, and Nikki was actually angry that her sister had called the police on her. I mean, I would be. And the police said that there really was no cause for concern. It's like, Nikki, I mean, what happened then? What happened to Nikki then? What actually happened on the 10th? They don't say that, drunk? Why being drunk is cause for calling the police on you? They didn't say much about it, did they? I mean, they didn't really give details about it. But what really sticks out for me is that her sister called the police on her own sister. That's a red flag for me. I'm sorry, but it is. So Nikki had all these, like, people, her own family calls the police on her, betrays her like that. And then she disappears, vanishes. What, like 17 days later? And nobody, like, bats an eyelid, an eyelash. What the hell is going on here? Why did her sister call the police on her? And Nikki was angry at her. And maybe that is why she wasn't speaking to her. Maybe that is why she didn't answer that WhatsApp message to her sister the night before. Maybe because Nikki was angry with her, and with good cause. And the police on the 10th, they said that there was really no cause for concern. I mean, that she was just, maybe just a little bit tipsy and just talking rubbish. But I mean, maybe was she drugged on purpose? So, she was rambling on. Yeah? It's terrible. Hello, Saman Shamal. Gritty, I had synchronous experience 2 months ago. The three works were Weir, Deception, and Nikki. I wouldn't mention it if the feeling wasn't so strong. I'm really sad about this. I'm really sad about this too, Saman, Jamal. I'm sad and I'm angry. Jesus. Sorry, I have to cut this because I have a call. Maybe I will pick it up later. Okay? Oh, fuck. How do I finish this? Okay, see you later. Tomorrow maybe I will pick up on this again. I need to do things now, so God bless you all. And yeah, these things. So see you all. And, if I don't see you, have a good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and good night, like Truman said.